Good afternoon, everybody. Here's another wee vid here. Just going to show off a new tool that I got there that I got over the Christmas period. It just arrived a couple of days ago, and it's New Year's Day here in the UK. So happy New Year to everybody, and I hope your 2019 is going to be great. No doubt it will be. And it's just great to be alive. So here's a wee one I got. Just a couple of wee things I want to point out. This here, I've been doing a wee bit of research. I've been looking at one of these here for a wee while. This is an induction heater. So this in here is a 2000 watt induction heater, and what it's for is for heating up nuts and bolts on old rusty cars, suspension components and stuff without the use of a flame, so that you're not burning everything around it, and reduce any risk of setting something on fire, especially if you're running around a petrol tank or anything like that. So this, I did a bit of research. I was looking at these for a while. There's a lot of handheld ones there in the market. Laser make one, Sykes Pickavant, and you know, the more sort of well-known mini inductor, which is basically like just a big tube. They only go up to about 900 watts, if they even output that. But this one here is 2000 watts. Those smaller ones I've seen online, other YouTube videos now, they do have a bit of a habit of blowing up. So the duty cycle isn't fantastic on any of these tools. So I decided I would bite the bullet and get, you know, the biggest one that I can sort of get within a reasonable price range. Now, what I did find was that this tool is available in the UK by a very well-known tools manufacturer, supplier, and it just doesn't have that graphic on it, and it has their own sticker on it. But as far as I can see, it is identical. I bought this online directly from the distributor or manufacturer in Taiwan, I believe. So it's made by this company, Balls Job. So I thought it said something else at the start, but something a wee bit rude, but it's Balls Job. So this is a very portable unit. Comes with this wee handle, probably weighs a couple of kilograms, and it's not too heavy. And on off switch at the back. Brave and thick power lead. Good length of lead as well there. A good 3 meters anyway. So one thing, if you are thinking about buying one of these, you need to make sure it's a 220 volt one. If you're in the UK, this is an EU plug on it, but there's a whole lot of stuff I get from Europe online, and it comes with these EU plugs. So I've bought wee adapters there, which are just a normal 13 amp plug. The only thing is, now you need to make sure, if you are going to get one of these, it's earthed, has these wee earth contacts in it. A lot of the wee travel ones have just the 2 pins that aren't earthed. They're like wee travel adapters for, like, you know, and all they really are is like a shaver port. So apparently, according to the back of this thing, if it's going to focus, it only pulls 5 amps. But there's a hell of a thick cord on it for something that is only going to pull 5 amps. So the big one is you need to have the right voltage, and there's a good big yellow sticker there warning you of that. And if you do buy one online, make sure it's the right voltage. So a big fan in the front of it there, the assist with cooling, and the unit just this all unplugs. All this is for the switch. The switch to actuate it is on the device there itself. This here, these things work by creating a massive magnetic field in that coil there. So there's what looks like a huge inductor in that. This here, it's like polycarbonate, maybe glass reinforced plastic. It's Yeah, it seems pretty tough, you know. But in a garage environment that's all dusty and mucky and oily and stuff, I have to just make sure there's maybe blow that out with air gun every now and again or something. There, so there's a good big, there's a bit decent flexible lead in that as well. So the idea is then that'll sit on the floor, I take it, and this thing here then, you can offer that up to your suspension components, bolts and stuff like that, and heat them up. So the UK distributed one comes in a plastic case, but I cannot see any difference in it whatsoever to the UK one, and it's nearly double the price that I paid for this. And they sent me their business card. There we go, if you can make sense of that. And flicking through their wee book, they're selling all sorts of MIGs and all sorts of garage equipment, all pretty high-end stuff there, you know. But if I have a look at some of these photographs, I actually sort of recognise some of these units, and they're for sale in the UK, rebranded. So we're cutting out the middleman and going to the supplier with this, and we're actually saving. There's that wee boy there, storm heater. Saving quite a bit of money. It comes with all these accessories here on your different wee sizes of coils. There's one there for a closed coil, and it's advertised as taking off decals and trim pieces, anything that's glued. And there's this sort of like a rope thing that you can just wrap around, like a tie rod or something. So yeah, I haven't got oxyacetylene, so I've been looking for something like this for a wee while now. I've had a couple of jobs recently, and all the rusty suspension bolts seized in bushings and stuff like that. Absolute nightmare to get them out. If you go to heat them up, you just destroy the bushing, and it's a point of no return that if you put a flame near those things, you know. So you destroy the bushing, so if you don't get it out, it's a cutting match, and you know, you're on the risk of damaging the suspension components, and the parts bill then can end up quite substantial. So if it's an out of rusty car, you're trying to get the thing fixed as cheaply as possible. So we'll give it a wee go here. I have an out rusty nut in the vise, so better plug it in first. So it lights up the back, fans run at the front, so you can hear that. So this tip is nothing happening here. We'll press this button at the top. So, haven't heated this nut up yet. There's about 14 or 15 degrees there, room temperature. So, we'll see how long this takes to heat up here. So, here we go. Contact! You can hear the tone changing down in the main, on the mothership down there. Let's see. Oh, there's a bit of smooking there. See, yeah, smooking. Right, I don't know where you get these up to cherry red or what. They're starting to go red. $250. What was that? 10 seconds? 20 seconds? I don't know. So, get our trusty Spaniard here. There we go. It's loosened off. Now it was, I tightened this nut onto this old tie rod here. There's a few damaged threads on it, and I tightened it up until it sort of jammed. You could, you know, with this big 24mm spanner, you could hoof it on another wee bit, but that there is basically finger tights, fingerless there. It's hard to do this one-handed. See, I've watched other people's videos and they always keep saying, oh, this is a nightmare to do this one-handed, and I always thought, you're complaining, you know, you're only gurning there. But I'm telling you, this isn't easy to look at the camera to make sure you're on the subject and try and actually demonstrate something at the same time. So anyway, it comes with these attachments here, all different bows. I think if we're going to use this here, the idea is that you don't have it too snug. You don't have it too snug in there. You need to have a gap, because if you start burning this insulation off, you short these coils out. You don't want to short these things out. Apparently, so I've read anyway, I've just got this tool, first time I've used it. This is literally the first time I've used it right there. So there's this other thing here, and that apparently is for you can heat your bodywork up, and you need to watch you wouldn't burn the paint, and you hold that right against it, and that makes the metal sort of supple, and that'll assist with pulling dents. So got a wee bit of metal there. Let's see what we can do now. The wee feature I like with this one is I've seen those mini ductors, the elements just come out the top of it, and you have to put a bend in this, you know, to get into harder reach areas. But this one here, you can put it in the front, the side, and the other side as well. So it's a wee bit it's versatile enough on that. Somebody's put a wee bit of thought into it. So hang on. One-handed again. So that's not the insulation, is it? Just back out a wee bit. There we go. There we go. Just we're cooking with magnetism. Right. Apparently, the mini ductor that comes, there's a big warning on the side of it here that says not to be used with anybody with a pacemaker. So this this inductor here, take it that's what it is. It creates a huge magnetic field, and if I had a compass, I would have put that down there just to see. So anyway, here we go on the metal. Contact. Stole that one from AVE. You'll probably recognise that. So anyway, here we go. You can hear the tone changing. If I was putting this on bodywork, you'd be very, very cautious of damaging the paint and stuff. But there's a bit of metal. It's on the bench. The bench is covered in grease and oil, and there's just starting to smoke there. You can hear a bit of crackling and stuff going on. So there's about 10 or 15 seconds. Let me see what the damage is. 140 odd degrees centigrade. Oh my goodness. So very quick indeed. It's just hot. Jabus. Right. So there we go. Let me see. There's the accessories. Big, small. This is the one that apparently is for taking stickers off and things like that. Trim. Melts the glue. Again, be very, very cautious. Now, with that there, it's just warm to the touch. Yeah, so you put a bit of cloth over it maybe. Doesn't work on aluminium, doesn't work, it only works on ferrous metals. So whatever way it excites the electrons, the magnetism, makes them all jump about and nukes it. I suppose a bit like a way a microwave sort of works. You know, all the electrons clashing into each other and creates the heat. And here's another wee one there. I'm not going to bother unraveling it. So you just basically wrap that around something that you can't get over the end of. So it'd be good in like these here. You just wrap that around the tie rod, get these bolts off. Not this particular style, but you know the ones that are clamped down, that clamp down like that. They can be a real pain at times. So anywho, that is a monster, and it's brave and good quality. As I say, it's marketed by a pretty well-known UK tool distributor, tool manufacturer distributor. But as we know, well, as I know anyway, these tool guys, these tool so-called manufacturers, don't actually make them themselves. They're just buying them from somebody else. And as we know, everything comes from China or Taiwan or whatever. Some of it's good, some of it's absolute garbage. And it's a matter of doing your due diligence and maybe cut out the middleman and see if you can get it more direct, a bit cheaper. This here came within about a week or 10 days, and yeah, I haven't had any problems. Came from I think it came from China, but it's this Taiwanese company. So there's where it came from. When it got to the UK, Parcel Force delivered it. So yeah. So there we go. That's the new toy. I'll hopefully be making a vid soon and maybe see it in action. We're now rusty it up, see how well it performs. But the heating not up in about 10 seconds or 20 seconds. I think it's not too bad at all. So that'll come in useful, no doubt. And so again, wishing everybody for a happy new year in 2019. Here we go, another year, and we'll see what interesting stuff comes along our way. So thanks for watching, all the best, bye bye.